10 questions from physics, 10 questions from chemistry, 10 questions from biology, and 10 questions from computer literacy as well. And finally we will see 10 questions from science and technology. Okay, so this will be our objective for the today video. Okay, so try to give every answer. Okay, and if you do not know, we will give you the answer and also explain that question. Okay, so coming to the first category, that is 10 MCQs from physics. Let's see. So student, your time starts now. A man cannot see clearly beyond 10 meters. This disease is suffer from what? These are the four options. Okay, so if a man is not able to see beyond 10 meters, the disease is called what? These are the four options. These are very confusing one, student, but those who have given myopia, they are right. This disease is called myopia, where you cannot see the distant object. Okay, opposite to that is hypermetropia. Hypermetropia is the eye disease in which person is not able to read the nearby things. Okay, so only aged people are mostly affected by hypermetropia. Okay, cataracts is another. This is also age related eye disease, and farsightedness and hypermetropia both are same. Okay, this myopia is also known as nearsightedness, student. It terms as a nearsightedness, but it means this man cannot see beyond a certain distance. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is option B. Quickly coming to the next question, it is again from the physics, a very common question asked in various exams. Okay, vehicle used to see the object from behind. As you have seen in your two-wheeler or four-wheeler, there is a rear view. Okay, so with that you see the back end view. Okay, so which type of lens or mirror is used? Okay, student, remember for this particular question, vehicle, this convex mirror is used. Okay, convex mirror, what does it give a broader view so that you can see a large traffic inside that mirror. Okay, it is not convex lens, student, it is convex mirror. Okay, okay, option C is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following color of the light deviates least through the prism? So as you know, prism is a device you must have seen in your 11th class. So sunlight passes through it and disperses into 7 colors. That 7 colors are called VIBGYOR, as you know: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Okay, so least deviate depends upon the highest frequency. So the red has the highest frequency. Okay, so option D is the correct answer. Okay, so least deviate is the red. Okay, coming to the next question, it is again from the physics, the phenomenon which cause mirage. Okay, mirage is a phenomenon where you have a feeling that there is water nearby, but it is not there. So it generally happens with this phenomena, total internal reflection, where when light passes from denser medium to rare medium, light get refracted. Okay, so this phenomena is very real one, and it causes this mirage. Okay, let's see the next question. A very simple one, student. An object which absorb all the color and reflect none. Okay, so as you know, we wear black colors in clothes in winter, and white color in summer. Why? Because in black color absorb everything into it. Okay, it can absorb all the radiation, so you will have a feeling of heat inside your body because of this black color. Okay, and why do we wear white cloth in summer? Because it reflects the most. Okay, this white color clothes reflects the most. Okay, and black color absorb the color. As you have heard, black hole. Okay, so black hole, what does it mean? It can capture everything inside it. Okay, so answer for this question is option D. Quickly coming to the light, next question. The splitting of white light into 7 color is due to what? So just now we have seen a question on dispersion, and the answer for this question is dispersion. Quickly coming to the next question. The device which is used to convert solar energy into electricity, what is its called? A very simple one, student. Okay, so as it converts solar energy into electricity, so solar, as you have heard, this solar term is also known as photo. Okay, photon. Okay, so a photovoltaic cell, when sunlight falls into it, it convert into electrical energy. Some circuit is there. Okay, so for this question, option A is the correct answer. Quickly coming to the next question, a very simple one. This we have studied in, I think, 6th class, I guess. Light year is a unit of what? Okay, it straight away you can cancel light, because light year is a unit of distance. It is not unit of time, student. It terms as a time, but it is the unit of distance. Okay, let's see the next question. The wave used in sonography are what? So these are the 4 options. As we have seen, most of the person went for the sonography. So in that sonography, student, ultrasonic waves are used. Okay, it is also called USG. Ultrasonography is also known as ultrasonography. Okay, USG. So in that, ultrasonic waves are used. Quickly coming to the next question. The filament of electric bulb is made up of what? A very simple one, student. And it is based on certain electrical properties, and the answer for this question is tungsten, not nichrome. Okay, nichrome is a good conductor of heat, but for this electrical bulb, tungsten is used. Okay, so we have seen 10 questions on physics. Now it turns to chemistry. Let's see what are the questions in chemistry. The chief constituent of natural gas, student. Okay, what is the main component of natural gas? Since this natural gas is used in various purposes, and methane, student, methane is used as a main constitution for the natural gas. Okay, coming to the next question. This heavy water, you have heard, is used in the nuclear reactor. Okay, so what is heavy water actually? Okay, student, heavy water is also known as deuterium oxide. Okay, D2O2, I think. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Coming to the next question. The most abundant element is what? Okay, student, so whenever there is no fixed thing, like it is in earth or it is in universe, you always consider these questions with reference to earth. And as you know, earth has most of water in it, so oxygen is the correct answer, not nitrogen. Okay, coming to the next question. Dry ice is a solid form of what? Okay, student, don't do a mistake by giving option water. Water is not a dry ice, even though the terminology says dry ice, but actually it is a solid carbon dioxide. Okay, it is solid carbon dioxide, and it converts through a process called sublimation, that if you have heard. Okay, so option B is the right answer. Coming to the next question. So the question says the gas that causes suffocation and death when coke or coal is burnt in a closed room. Okay, so you have heard that you should not sleep inside a room where coal is burned. Why? Because some gases are released. For this question, the answer is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is very harmful for our lungs. Very harmful for our lungs. Okay, student. Carbon dioxide is also there, but maximum content will be carbon monoxide. This is partial combustion. Okay, student, what is it's called? Partial combustion. Partial combustion. Okay, Let's see the next question. Which gas is emitted by power station that causes acid rain? Student, a question on acid rain can also come. This is also important science concept, and the main reason for acid rain is sulfur dioxide, and sulfur dioxide is generally released by power station. Okay, so we have seen alloy related question in the past exam. Okay, so this is a very important alloy, student. Brass is an alloy of what? So these are the four options, and for this question option C, copper and zinc, is the correct answer. Okay, we have seen I think stainless steel we have seen, and one more alloy we have seen in the past exam. Yes, let's see the next question. Recently we have seen acid related question. So this anti-acid is also very important question from chemistry. Antacids are found in drugs which give reliefs to what? Okay, student, so if you have any acidity, generally doctor prescribe antacid. Student, these antacid are used in stomach ache. Okay, so antacids means which are generally acidic in nature. When antacidic is it will reduce the acidic effect by giving some content on higher pH value. Okay, so let's see the next question. Which of the following contain maximum percentage of carbon? Okay, so all these steel and iron have iron carbon content in it, but which of the following has maximum content of carbon? Student, this is a very difficult one, I know, but the cast iron is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so this question is very important. It could be asked in the forthcoming exam. Stain of rust on cloth can be removed by what? These are the four options, and the answer for this question is not petroleum, not alcohol, not H2O2, oxalic acid. As we have seen, it is found in where? Tomato and spinach. Okay, in these two oxalic acid is also present. Okay, next see the biology part. So we will see 10 questions on biology. I hope you are understanding these questions. Okay, so the first question is, which of the digestive organ contain acid? Okay, again acid, but with the biology. Okay, so all these are part of our body, and as you know, stomach contain hydrochloric acid. Okay, which breaks the food into smaller components. Okay, so stomach is the correct answer. Coming to the next question, which of the following fiber is considered as strongest natural fiber? As you know, the nature provide the strongest natural fiber in the form of silk, which is made from the silkworm. Okay, from the silkworm. This is a natural fiber. Okay, wool is also natural, jute and cotton, all these are natural, but silk is the strongest one. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is the sweetest sugar? Okay, so all these are sugar, type of sugar, some different composition are there, but for this particular case the correct answer is fructose. Okay, so fructose has a highest sweet content. Okay, coming to the next question. Which of the following is an autotroph? Okay, so we have seen herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous type of question. So this I have put specially for considering that in mind. Okay, so student, autotroph are those creatures, those living beings which made their own food, which make their own food. Okay, it is a very beautiful process, make their own food. So student, as you have learned in smaller classes, algae make their own food. Okay, butterfly and mushrooms too, student, these depend upon other animal, they are called heterotroph. Okay, coming to the next question, which of the following is a vestigial organ? Okay, yes, a very simple one, student. As you have studied in your 7th or 8th, wisdom teeth is a vestigial organ, and appendix is also a vestigial organ. Okay, appendix is also vestigial organ. Coming to the next question, red data book provide an account of which of the following? Okay, there is a book called red data book, okay, that make a separate account for endangered plant and animal species. Okay, so it capture all the planet and plants and animals all over the world, that which animals are endangered, which are epidemic. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. A very simple one, student. Now we have a lot of pressure while exam. Okay, so what is the normal blood pressure reading of an adult human? Okay, so if you have a very good heart pressure, mine is not very normal, so the answer is 120 by 80 mmHg. Okay, millimeter of mercury. Hg is mercury. Okay, option B is the correct answer. The deficiency of vitamin A cause what? This is a very simple question, student, and the answer is option A. Okay, and to remove that deficiency, doctor always prescribe carrots. Okay, you need to eat the carrots. Okay, and berry, as you know, it with vitamin B, and rickets with vitamin D. Pellagra is some other disease. Okay, so blue revolution is the related to what? Student, there is chances that you can have these type of question related to revolution in upcoming exam. Okay, so have a look on all the revolutions. Okay, blue revolution, student, is related to fisheries because they stays in water, so option D is the correct answer. So you must have heard this insulin, okay, which is used in treating diabetes. So what is the reason of using insulin? So these are the four options: increases the blood sugar, decrease the blood sugar, constrict blood vessels, stimulate lactation. Okay, so student, insulin is used in diabetic to decrease the blood sugar. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following prevent bleeding of gums? Which vitamin is used for that? So as you know, vitamin C, okay, which is also known as ascorbic acid, is used to prevent the bleeding of gums. So option A is the correct answer. So we have seen physics, chemistry and biology 10 questions. So we have completed 30 questions, student. And let's see some question from science and technology. So which of the following is indigenous build light combat aircraft of India? Okay, LCA. Whenever you find this term LCA, you just hit Tejas. Okay, so Tejas is the light combat aircraft. Option D is the right answer. Coming to the next question, student, you have heard this terminology radar. Okay, what does this radar mean? There are two things, radar and sonar. Okay, sonar is sound navigation and ranging. Okay, radio, this is radio detection and ranging. Okay, so sonar is used to detect locate submerged submarine, whereas radar is used to detect and locate distant object. Okay, it is like this. This is a radar, so it will track anything that flies. Okay, so radar is generally used to locate distant object. So option C is the correct answer. So which of the following resource is a renewable one? A very good question, student. So student, you can straight away eliminate uranium, coal and natural gas. So you are left with timber. Timber means plants, so these plants are the correct one. Okay, sorry. So who invented the vaccination? Student, as you know, Edward Jenner is the founder, inventor of the vaccination, whereas Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. Okay, penicillin. He invented penicillin. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. So recently we have seen that Sriharikota was that answer. What is that? Satish Dhawan Center. Okay, Satish Dhawan Center is in Sriharikota, that we have seen in the first day of exam analysis. So now I am putting this question. The Vikram Sarabhai Space Center is located at where? Student, it's not Sriharikota, it's Trivandrum. Okay, at Trombe you have Bach, and In Bangalore it is having master facility. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. A very simple one, student, who is also known as father of Indian missile technology, and all of you know that it is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. A very interesting one, and this is a very important one. From an astronaut point of view, in outer space will observe sky as what? Okay, so an astronaut who is in outer space will observe sky as what? Okay, these are the four colors. So if you are in space, how will you observe sky? Student, remember, it is not blue, it is black. Okay, you will feel everything black there, as you have seen in many movies also. Okay, so let's see the next question. The period of revolution of geostationary satellite. Okay, what does geostationary satellite mean? So this is your Earth, okay, and this is your satellite. Stationary means it will remain at one place. It looks like it is in stationary mode, but it moves along with the Earth. Okay, so as you know, the revolution period of revolution is Earth is 24 hours, so 24 hours is the correct answer. Coming to the next question, a very simple one, student. As you know, the first person to set foot on moon, it is Neil Armstrong, student. So Neil Armstrong was the first person, Edwin Aldrin was the second person, okay, and Valentina Tereshkova entered the space first time. She is from Russia, and Yuri Gagarin first entered into the space. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. A very simple one, student. This you have seen many times. An instrument used to measure the density of milk is what? Okay, so how will you measure the density of milk? With the help of instrument called lactometer. Okay, lactometer is the correct answer. So we have seen 10 question on science and technology. Now let's see the 10 question on computer literacy. A very simple one. What is the brain of computer called? Student, all of you know brain of computer is called a CPU, and those who don't know, just have a look on the block diagram. So this is your CPU, this is your input device, this is your output device. Okay, so this box, this brain is called CPU. Okay, it is not motherboard, student. Okay, so RAM will be inside your computer. So this CPU has certain part in it, like arithmetic logical unit and what control unit, and in addition these are interfaced with memory. Okay, so they try to work with that. Okay, so these are called hardwares. Okay, whatever the extra peripheral it has. Okay, so option C is the correct answer. Question is from the invention. Who invented World Wide Web? Okay, so if they ask what is www in URL, then it is World Wide Web, and it was discovered, invented by Tim Berners-Lee. Okay, Tim Berners-Lee is a inventor of World Wide Web, whereas Charles Babbage, he is the father of computer. Okay, Charles Babbage is a father of computer. Okay, let's see the next question. In a computer system, which device is functionally opposite to keyboard? Okay, so as you know, keyboard, so this is your system, so there is a keyboard. So keyboard is input device, student. Okay, so what is the opposite of input? Output device. So this question says you need to find the output device. So as you know, trackball, joystick, printer, these are output device. So we have to see which is opposite to the keyboard. Okay, this is also input device, so this option D is the correct answer. This is the output device. Okay, understood? You need to tell the functionally opposite. So keyboard is the input device, you need to find out the output device. Here printer is output device. Let's see the next question. So you have seen question on BIOS and ROM. So what does ROM stand for? A very simple one. M stand for memory, O stand for only, R stand for reads. Okay, so read only memory. So option B is the correct answer. Quickly coming, so you have heard in internet URL, what is the URL stand for? Okay, and your time starts now. A very simple one but a very confusing one. Student, it's not unique resource locator, it is uniform resource locator. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. So USB you have heard, okay, universal serial bus. Okay, what does this USB mean? Universal serial bus. Okay, serial bus. It is a storage device, student, which are commonly known as pen drive, okay, or flash drive. Okay, so this is the storage device of what? These are the four options. It is, student, it is a secondary storage device, like hard disk is also a secondary storage device. Let's see the next question. A kilobyte is equal to how many bits? Student, remember 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, so you have 1 kilobyte. 1 kilobytes means how many? 1024 bytes. Okay, so answer is option C, 1024. This is, he is asking not byte, he is asking bit. Okay, so this is incorrect. So 1 kilo in computer stand for 1024. Okay, whenever you see 1 kilo, it means 1024, not 1000. Okay, if I ask you 1 kb, what does this mean? 1024. B is byte, so it will be byte. So if I ask how many bits, so 1024 and 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, so this will be the answer. Okay, let's see the next question. What does BIOS stand for? We have seen a question on BIOS. So what is BIOS in computer system? Student, it is basic input output system. Okay, it is a main program before booting. Okay, so option D is the correct answer. Next is, which of the following is a secondary storage? Okay, so as we have seen, there are certain memory. Okay, there are two type of memory, student. One is primary and second one is secondary. Primary memory is also called main memory, and it include your RAM, EEPROM and ROM. Okay, whereas secondary memory, and these are the external, as a term itself means secondary. So main is if there is no need of main memory, then we are going to write into secondary memory, and floppy is one example. The other example are hard disks. Okay, hard disks. Let's see the next question. This is a very good question, student. The programs which are stored in ROM are called, student, what? These are called firmwares. Okay, so if you have a ROM memory, read-only memory, if you write one software in it, it will become firmware. Okay, so that's it, students. So in today's video we have seen 50 questions from the science, and hopefully this will help you in your upcoming exam. Okay, so thank you, have a nice day.